Hump day, baby. Good morning, people. People of the YouTube world. Let's fucking go. Let's get into it. Hope everybody's doing well. 395 subscribers, guys. Thank you all so much. We are 105 away of the goal of 500. I figure once we break 400, then we will try to bang out those last 100 as quickly as possible. Mark 1, everything is going well. Yes, I lost connection yesterday and I apologize for that. Hopefully today we don't have them same problems. Mark 1, Mark 1, Mark 1. Okay. This fucking guy, Brian Cabral, man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, gotta hit the bell, guys.
Into it with my friend.
I was upstairs taking a Brian and I was listening to this shit. Let's see. Once we get a few people in here, Mark 1, we'll fire this up. We'll get going with this. The bell, like, tag, share, follow, top dead center, zero lash, the journals. The journals. There we go. We got 3. We got 3. Let the heathens assemble. Yeah, get the papers. Get the papers. I'm gonna go get the papers. Yeah, gotta go get an RV. Need the RV. 7 watching. Holy shit. Went from 3 to 7. I got 7, I got 7, I got 7. Can we go 10, 10, 10, 10? We got 7 in the chat. Alright, guys. I'm going to fire this video off. So here is Gunnery Sergeant Brian. 15, 15. Top dead center, zero lash. Now this guy, you guys gotta remember, this is an E7 gunny here. This is a tough prick. Tough prick. He played in the sandbox. So, you would think that Gunny is accustomed to death and, you know, I would think, you know, things like that really wouldn't bother a man like him, that E7 Gunny. He played in the sandbox. Let's go.
Remember that song by David Bowie?
Oh, here we go.
Should changes. You know, they say life is about change, and it's very true. So much change in my life.
So much change.
People have come, people have gone. Family dies when they get old. Some family died before they got old.
What about
like my
you?
sister. Family shrunk, but it grew in other ways. My daughters and son-in-laws and our grandsons and friends have come and gone.
Hey, Brian, let me ask you a question there, Gunny. Why is it every time you bring up them fucking kids, you get that perverted smile on your face?
And things I've been involved in life
Oh, yeah?
have changed along the way. You know? Including friends. Some come, some go. It's part of life. I've got older. I've been involved in doing things in my life that I never thought I would have when I was, 9, 10 years old.
What, sucking cock?
Every now and then I take a stroll down memory lane.
Oh, yeah.
I know it probably bores the fucking shit out of some people, but hey, you know,
Smooth.
we all have freedom of speech.
Now, mind you, this is an E7 gunny from the United States Marine Corps, retired. Retired.
And I mention things and it reminds me of things and it makes me take a little different look at things.
Smooth, good morning.
I'm going through some more changes right now. And it was brought on by a stroll down memory lane when I talked about the internet.
I'm doing great, bro. Doing great.
Through Facebook, like I said, I never had MySpace and...
Now, again, E7 gunny. I would have thought during that time you would have been active, like, you know, fucking fighting wars and shit. The fuck? How were you on AOL creeping back then? Again, this doesn't match up with what you're saying, bro. This E7 gunny shit, it doesn't match up.
Yahoo and Twitter, Instagram, you know, it started out kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know,
when you were lying and your lies were
getting involved in a few of their chat rooms, and it was fun until I saw.
It was fun until you were outed as a fucking lying piece of shit that you fucking are. You fucking mummified fucking creep.
Oh, the people changed. Turned into fucking battle zones.
Battle zone.
Every fucking
Bro,
day.
Gunny, I would think you would get hard over a battle zone. I would think shit like that would make you fucking grow an extra inch. Not you, bro. Not you.
I got away from that. Because it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
Facebook came along. I never got involved in all these other groups you see, politics, religion, this, that, all this other shit.
Smooth. You know the movie Full Metal Jacket? Do you remember fucking Gunnery Sergeant? Remember that? Not the drill instructor? He was an E7. Dude, like, do you see any comparison at all? At all?
People in there fighting every fucking day. Yeah. And they made it very clear that their purpose one day was to try to fucking destroy something. You know, the Catholics were going after the Muslims, and Muslims were going after the Jews, the atheists were going after the Christians, and it was like, you know how I feel about religion and that, but there are some ways to talk about things and discuss things that people can do it in a very civil, social way.
Whoa, wait a minute. There's no way we're gonna discuss this in a civil way. You're a lying, stolen, valid fucking creep. That's all you are. On Mass Health. Now this next shit that's about to spew out of your mouth is the funniest shit. Because, bro, you already outed yourself. Everybody already fucking knows because you're on Mass Health. That means you collect food stamps as well, and you got an Obama phone. Hold on.
Even public perception, social changes in society, abortion, politics, and a lot of people are able to discuss their differences and things without turning into ranting, raving assholes, you know. And that kind of inspired me to say, you know what, maybe there should be a page up on here where people can discuss it like, you know, civilized human beings.
Okay.
Well,
I think that all the fucking veterans that are going through all the shit right now should be able to come by your house and whip you with a fucking wet towel.
What is it you don't like about that? And when people would talk together rather than talk at each other, you'd be surprised how, you know, some people may be on a different side of the fence on something, but they're not too extreme, they're not too far out on the fringe, on the radical fringe, where they can still get along and socialize. And you find that, you know, you're not even talking about these subjects anymore. You're talking about sports, the weather, the economy, you know what I mean? And I decided I'd start a page like that called The Voice of Reason, just for shits and giggles and see what would happen. Well, it turned out pretty well. It grew quite big in 1 year. 159,000 of those likes and whatnot. Nobody knew who I was. I was just an initial. Nobody needed to know I was black, white, tall, short, gay, straight, male, female. And it
Whoa.
went wild. And after a while, I saw that a lot of that mentality from other groups started to creep into it. You know, there's a lot of arguing and fighting, and then people were trolling each other's pages, and I was like, nah, this is not going to be a war zone. And I thought about it for a little while. I said, I'm going to shut it down. But I didn't want to be too hasty. I thought about it for about a week. And I said, yeah, this isn't fun anymore. And plus, it feels like a job. This is supposed to be something fun to do in free time. Not something like there's an obligation. You gotta do it every day for so many hours every day, so many posts every day to keep some interest going in it. And then I reached that point. I woke up one morning. I told you about this already. I woke up one morning and said,
Listen to this
that's
shit.
it, you know. Everything runs its course. Everything runs its course. And I just put up a post just to let people know I'm going to be shutting down the page. I appreciate your participation over the last year. But things are going on in my life. I just don't have the time, and I really don't have the interest that I once had in it. So thank you for your participation. I wish you all well. And then it is a 24-hour.
Participation in what? Your bullshit? Because that's all I hear is bullshit. And wash those fucking hands, man.
Cycle.
Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
about now. I don't deal with Facebook for a long time. So guess you change your mind after 24 hours both away. So I just want you to know why it's going to disappear tomorrow. And that gave enough time for that businessman up in Boston with his 2 car dealerships and another business. Contacted me through the message, AB, don't shut it down, I'll buy it off you. It'll save me money on advertising. I can back up on TV, radio ads, and give you 50 grand, pay you 25 grand a year.
Okay. I'll give you 50 grand. And then this guy said he would pay him $25,000 a year afterwards. What's going on, Diz? Motherfucker. This dude's on Mass Health, okay? Collecting food stamps, shooting these stupid fucking videos with his fucking Obama phone. And he said no to $50,000 for a fucking page? Are you kidding me? And then 25 grand? David, donate the money. Whatever, but there ain't no fucking way this guy ain't gonna accept the money. It's just bullshit. He's a liar about being an E7 into the Marine Corps, and he's a fucking liar about this shit. Chat, to promote E7 Marine. Exactly, East Coast. Exactly. This fucking... Look at... If he was an E7 gunny, right? His retirement would be like 150, 175K a year. Right? I mean, he wouldn't be on Mass Health. This is just all bullshit. Chat, to promote E7, a Marine must have spent a minimum of 3 years as an E6. And 6, yeah, nothing about this guy adds up. He's a fucking lying mutt.
It'll actually save me money in the long run because they had a post reach of like over 2 million.
Yeah, you got a
I
post
said,
reach.
thank you, but no thank you. I'm not on here for the money. And it went away. And since I did that video, I've been thinking along the same lines coming to YouTube now. Yeah. I walked away once before.
You better stop while you
Shut
better
it down
run
due
away.
to my personal life.
You better run.
The death of my sister. Everything changed. There was no way I was going to find any fun on here with what I was going on in my personal life, with my family life. There was no way I could enjoy it on here the way I was doing it before. And I know when I get through this video, you might want to make some popcorn for this one. People talk all kinds of shit about me, and they're going to talk shit about me again. A lot of people
You are stolen valor. You fucking... You're as low as that shit that's underneath your fingernails, if not lower. Of all the fucking things to claim to be... I mean, you could have claimed to be a corporal. You may have slid on that one. But you don't acknowledge any of that shit. I keep saying this about the stolen valor. You won't address it. You won't say a fucking word about it. Or your affiliations with a big notorious motorcycle group.
People always have talk shit about me, and they'll talk shit about you and other people too.
No.
So that's what it's like on the internet.
No. And now people that just go around talking shit about people, yeah, that would be, I guess, a troll. But that's not what we do here. His history was going around during Fallujah. It would be easy. East Coast, that's another thing. Exactly. You would think this guy, I mean, an E7, he's got to look really good. His uniform, man, he must have some serious shit on there, some ribbons and all kinds of shit. You would think that would be, he'd be able to show some of those, but of course we're not going to show him. He won't. He got the hat. He won't do none of that. He won't do none of that because he knows he's caught there. It's like watching like them little mouses, you put them traps out, the sticky traps, and then they get caught, and then they start having to fucking gnaw their own leg or whatever it is so they can get away. Good morning from the basement. What's going on, George? Good morning. That's what this guy is. He knows he's fucked. He's in a corner.
Some people if you really give a flying fuck about what people think about you, maybe the internet is not where you belong, okay? If your feelings get hurt that easily, No. And I got talked back into it with my friend Kevin Turner here, and he lives close by down here in the peninsula. He said, hey, listen, come back. He says, I watch your shit. He's been a silent observer from day one. A lot of people are silent observers here. They never said a word, jumped in a comment. But they've known me for many, many years, 15, 20 years, on a real personal, real life basis. When we do talk about things, hey, that video you put up today, we're talking about it on the phone. Don't drop in here. I drop by their house and we talk about it and we have a good laugh, They prefer to just sit in the background and see what other people say, what they say, what they do.
Battery, what the fuck are you doing watching this piddly little show when you're down in Florida? Down in Florida, having a good time.
Criticized me at times on a few little things here and there. And that's how it goes, man. That's life, So when I said, I've been getting that same kind of feeling here with YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not the fun it used to be. It's
you better get the fuck out of here, dude.
And going back to AOL,
I would think you would get hard over a fucking war zone. I would think that shit would fucking make you want to wake up in the morning, bro. I just got up, bro. I'm just fucking with you, Blake. Always happy to have you here. Saltwater Hawks.
Type of personality you can imagine. The people that are just funny. You can tell a person's personality if they're good-natured, if they have a sense of humor. Yeah, they can even be sarcastic, too. They may have a little knowledge in sports and cars.
You have knowledge in everything.
In the ecology, the tree hugger, whatever. A lot of people have a lot of different interests, And you can see the people that you can have a pretty fun conversation with, and the ones that are always wound up, they're always pissed off, they're always angry, they're always complaining, they crave attention, they got egos and narcissisms the size of Mount Rushmore, and their reason for being on here is not the same as everyone else. Like on Facebook, it turned into people are just going on Facebook looking for a fight. Going out of their way to find these groups where they were talking about things because they may be, liberal and they hate conservatives, and they would scour groups to find someone to fight with all day about politics or about religion or about, you know what I mean? People just using it to vent all their anger and frustration and rage on people and to try to argue people to death. What? Does that give you some sense of accomplishment? Where you guys go to work, hey, guess what? I won a Facebook argument last night. Am I cool or what? Same shit on
Exactly
here.
what it is. Obama.
Same fucking shit on here. You know, and I laughed at it for a long time. And what a drama, chaos. And oh yeah, I've been involved in it too. But I always slept well at night. I never went to bed angry, frustrated, pissed off at anybody that I encountered on here, regardless of what video they put up and said about me. I never gave a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do.
And now we're just going on and changes. I got to do my therapy in a little bit.
Oh.
My orthopedic surgeon, he stepped up my therapy at Hawthorne Orthopedics. Gonna start next week. Now it's gonna start tomorrow. They want to get me in a little heavier regimen with movement, weight,
You are such a
pressure.
crybaby pussy.
So I'm gonna be starting that tomorrow.
Hey, I hope Artie and Benji got more balls than their fucking grandfather does, because, boy, you got an empty sack hanging between your legs like fucking Barry Beamer.
And I've been missing out on a lot of things. I haven't been to the BTH since I had surgery. I'm not getting out like I usually do now these last couple of weeks, dropping in on my daughters. They see my daughters, my Artie, my Benji. I had to spend $35 to have a fucking watermelon delivered. I couldn't get to the fucking supermarket to get it. A lot of little changes. You know, I've had company, Kenny, a few of the guys your age have stopped by. My daughters have stopped by. I feel like a fucking prisoner in this house. Just for a simple thing like I can't get up and about, you know what I mean? And I want this to go well because I want to get back to how things were. You know? It made me think about how I'm not getting any younger, man. You know? I want this to go well so I can get back to the BTH. I can get back to dropping and visit.
What a fucking pussy. What a capital P. This dude's on here whining about a little bit of knee work. Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking mutt. Ugh.
People. I wanna be able to walk right without any problems because all the recuperation process and therapy didn't
Stop
go right.
fucking jamming 15-inch dildos up your ass and you won't have a problem.
I only have so much time left for my grandsons when they get older. I want to be able to teach them how to play basketball. I don't want to have a limp for the rest of my fucking life. And a lot of things made me think about how during all this...
Wow, I would think you'd want to teach your grandsons how to shoot a gun. I know my father, that he's a Marine, and that's one of his fucking goals, is he wants to be around long enough to teach my son how to shoot a gun. I don't know, man.
Time. What I really need. You know, a lot of times we like to think about what we want. We don't really think about what we need.
George, that's what I just went through. I didn't have quite 10 pulled, but I had fucking quite a few of them pulled, and I didn't have no fucking pain medicine. As a matter of fact, it really didn't hurt.
For me, my family and friends have always come first. And I find that this isn't fun anymore. I already made that clear.
Get the fuck out then.
If you notice, I haven't given a flying fuck about what anybody else is saying on their channels because it's just going to be the same shit.
Because you can't.
You know, I know that nobody's going to miss me when I'm gone.
That's right. Get the fuck out.
Like some people, they think they're so fucking important.
Let's stick a fork in you
know,
and call it
I know
done.
they'll probably talk shit about me. You know, you got Mr. Boston. He actually thinks he's a fucking celebrity, and he's not the only one.
How the fuck do I think I'm a celebrity? Are you fucking dumb? You're a mutt. Yeah, guys, I think I'm a celebrity.
They think they're a fucking celebrity.
Yeah.
And they beg for their subs and views and, you know, beg for money and...
What?
You know, they have to make announcements. Okay, I'm going to be doing a video, you know, Thursday at 3 in the afternoon or some shit like that. Well, and they think people are going to just drop what they're doing in their daily life. Hey, I got to tune in and watch this guy when he talks shit about Uncle Brian and this other buddy there, Beavis and Butthead. I don't even know what's going on with any of them. Not since I had surgery.
Oh, God. fucking believe this shit. Money. Begging for money. Cause that's just what I'm doing here, guys. I'm begging. You guys better kick up to the kitty. Need scallops tonight.
And I don't care. And I know they'll probably talk shit. That's okay. I don't care. They gotta feed that ego.
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
They gotta feel important. In some way, they feel like. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, he's gonna pause.
Okay, sorry about that. I had the hiccups. I drank my coffee too fast.
Yeah.
They seem to have this sense of self-importance that comes with ego and narcissism. And the need for attention. They seem to feel like the internet needs them, like the internet cannot survive without them. The internet cannot survive without their channel. The internet needs to see them. The internet needs to hear them.
Is this guy alright?
You know what I mean? And I kind of laugh at it, you know what I mean? But the channel's not going anywhere. I share it with Kevin, and he's going to keep doing what he's been doing. He's not into making videos. Doesn't give a flying fuck about wanting people to know who he is. He'll just keep doing what he's doing. Stuff he watches. He has his own playlist with his own music sets and whatnot. And he just won't see me. I know that'll make some people happy, right? But anyway, that's the deal. I thought I'd owe you a little explanation on things. Yeah, I know it's not going to be like Jabba. I know I've read about him. He's countless times. He gets a big, long, little speech because people don't appreciate him. His channel's not growing the way you wanted it to grow. You know.
What the fuck happened? Oh, that was it. Huh. Alright, I gotta show you guys this. Cause, so Rich, I wonder if it'll show here. Fuck, I can't look at, fuck.
There's some coming up top. Don't know how well this is gonna go, because it doesn't look like this thing wants to cooperate already. Well, just like I said, people, I'm on my way to the 57.
Motherfucker can't breathe and he's just sitting there.
Going right over to the 57 now. Still nobody here. Well, there's one. On my way to the 57 right now. I like the fact that it started up this morning. I thought that was a pretty shocking experience. So I'm hoping that...
I don't know, Dad. I think he's just playing.
we're gonna run from the the jets, I believe. So I may have to do the first thing and take the carburetor top off. That may be the only problem. May not be stopping the flow, or it may not be allowing gas to get in. So I have to go check that out. Oh, an old Mustang. What is a young kid driving it? Needs a little body work up top, though. Looks like he's got Bondo on it.
No, will you shut the
But
fuck up?
nevertheless, it's still, I think, a 65. I think that's what it was.
So this fat fuck, what I was getting to with this, guys, did I see his video? Which one? The Brian video? Yeah, we did. We just watched it. This fucking mutt, guys, if you go look on his page, on his community post, he put a picture. It's a Hell's Angels photo. And he says, nice artwork.
White Mustang. Nothing special, though. It wasn't like a fastback or anything. See how much I can get down
I
on this
told him
car.
that we
Hopefully
were going to be going to Graceland
maybe
soon.
that may have been a problem all along. Maybe that little ball bearing may have been the problem that it hasn't been running. I think it's supposed to be like pressure or something, and it allows the gas to get in. Something like that. Figure it out. All it is a flathead screwdriver for up top. That was quick. 29 people in here already? Yeah, we're going over to the 57 Chevy, folks. Nice day out. Might as well get out and do something instead of sitting in the house like always. There's something done on that car.
Oh no, he don't got property no more, Frank. It's gone.
If I get this car running, I can actually drive it over to my place
Yeah.
instead of being at this guy's house. That'll be a nice change of events.
And Rich, I just want you to know, I didn't plan on watching any of your material. However, I really don't have anything else to watch. So I'm going to watch a little bit of it, and I'm going to point out all the bullshit. And we're all going to get a good laugh at your expense.
Greetings. I can see some of it, but I can't see all of it. My eyes are kind of like waterlogged right now.
Yeah.
All because of the sun.
No, it's because you're a fat fuck.
What is we're going over to the 57 Chevy.
Here we go, 57.
Because it started this morning. And
It started.
I ran with my foot on the gas pedal. As soon as I took my foot off the gas pedal, she stopped running.
You're a lying motherfucker.
So I'm pretty sure it's a vacuum leak. I don't think the engine's a core. I think it's a vacuum issue.
Oh yeah? You are a lying, fat.
Hey, Sonia.
Hey,
About 2
Sonia.
minutes away from the
That's
57
really a
Chevy.
dude, by the way.
Well, maybe a little bit longer, but not my bunch.
Top dead center shirts.
I'm going to have to set you guys on the Jeep because I also have to get the compressor. I have a compressor on the front seat here in order to blow up the tires.
I can't watch pedals.
But the sooner I get done with this, the sooner I'll be able to drive it. I'm not going to be able to drive it if it's going to sit there.
You know, Bruce, I would love to get something like that. Something that, you know, with the Mako on it. Problem is with those neon signs, they're so fucking expensive. Yeah, Frank, this thing ain't...
Covers off of it.
A We'll just wait till he
Sitting
gets
in the
there. I ain't gonna
driveway,
watch
that's
the
been
whole video,
closed, so
obviously.
when
I
get
just
there,
want to
open
see
it
him.
up. Take the top of the carburetor off. See if that little ball bearing is in there on the side somewhere. It might be even in the reservoir. Not supposed to be in there. It's supposed to actually be in where the jets are. Coming up on the turn real soon. I don't care what you're driving. I don't care what you're listening to either, pal. I'm not driving like a maniac and looking to get into a wreck because you ain't got no patience.
Oh. I think I'm gonna reach out to Cassidy Transit again.
Yeah, the patience of a wet mop.
Oh.
Especially when they get behind the wheel.
Who are you to talk? Looks like you got 2 Virginia hams there on your arm.
I just want to see before. Live stream out here. I'm putting a live. I'm on live stream right now. That way they can see, because a lot of people thought I was BSing when I was talking about working on watch elbow.
He's very rude to this old man.
Some people, you know.
Roman, how are you?
Okay, so I got my compressor on me too, so I can blow the tires up. That side looks good. You just got to give it a little more paint.
Yeah,
You got to put a couple more coats of primer on it because I can still see the shadow. Right here. No, look. Right here. Right here. Right here. Okay. Right here and here.
Listen to this
Yeah, that's okay, but you're just
motherfucker.
doing the primer, so.
yeah, I got a wet sand more. And then I got to find it. And I should show me, I got it. He's working.
Yeah.
He is perfect.
Yeah, well, I got better vision, so. Let's see if we can get the car in here.
One eye.
Well,
That one works. And the other one, no. What are you going to do, jack it up?
no, I want to find out why it won't stay running. I think it's a little ball bearing that belongs in where the jets are. And I don't think that ball bearing is in there. I think it's off to the side.
I don't know. They
He's
got to
ve-
stay running. They got to get gas in it through there.
I have gas. I bought a 5-gallon jar with me.
Yeah, but just the line's leaking. The line's leaking.
That's in the front. Now, I stopped that, but
Yeah.
I think that's the,
Look at that.
I think it's the gas tank that's clogged up.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me close this door.
Oh, I don't want to interfere with that. I'll get
Oh, you're not interfering with it.
Got mud flat off the, so,
I'm just going to put my key in the ignition and put it to the accessory position, because otherwise the phone will be dead before I know it.
Walmart. I'm gonna paint the rims black. What do you think?
Yeah, sand it first, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get away from that. 2 years ago, I did the silver. They're,
Oh, yeah.
they're so rusted.
Yeah, he's a paint god, all right.
Actually, I need new ones, but you know, money.
He's a god of shit.
Yeah, I want to paint it black. Think I should leave the center cap silver?
What's that?
Think I should leave the silver on the
Yeah, it'll look like Top Car.
or paint it black?
No, leave them silver. Take them off, paint the rims black, and the little caps make it look like a cop car. Don't personate one, otherwise you get arrested. All right, let's see what we got here. Give me a minute, I'm gonna read them. We're gonna get on to this. See shit.
He's more worried about what people are saying than he is about working on the car. That's how you know it's just a prop.
Okay, all right. That sounds cool. Thanks for subscribing. All right, now we just got to get this pictured right. Well, I think a couple of minutes to put a little bit of gas in the carburetor, see if it'll fire up again.
There's his glamour shot right there.
You can't do what you're doing.
I can. They can. I got it pitched the right way. They know I'm pouring gas in the carburetor. That's why my fat ass is blocking it.
That's a lot of ass right there, boys.
Your ass ain't made out of glass. Get out the way. And news for you folks, nobody's ass is made out of glass. Hey, you want to know what, Larry? That battery tray that I made for this,
Hey, Larry.
held up. No problem. Yep. Put your what?
Put your what?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have it full blast. You can have it at, just so it's trickling. So that's fine, You don't want the line to freeze up either. Well, normally if it's cold out, that's what they say, turn them on a little bit so that way it doesn't, freeze up.
Yeah. Let's hear that bitch run. Let's hear her run. Let's see if it runs.
Want it to go?
He's a liar. That fucking thing ain't running.
Now it's not running again.
Put a little spray in there, man.
What, ether?
I did it. I'll go file over.
Stop that fluid.
Actually, please.
Ugh, look at that. He is just fucking gross. Guess what? It ain't starting.
You're almost fired.
Yeah, but the battery's getting ready to die.
Oh yeah, the battery's getting ready to die. He is so fucking gross.
Jumpers on it.
Huh?
Have to jump it. Start it up. Take it out.
Yeah, it's been sitting all winter, so.
Well, I thought you had it running. You said you had it running this morning.
Been sitting quite a while. She fired over before though.
Yeah, that shocked the hell out of you and me both, huh?
She did kick. Not long, but she did kick.
Well, as soon as I took my foot off the gas pedal,
Yeah, she died
yes,
out.
it smells like fucking pure gas.
In that? In the oil?
Yeah.
Not good. Don't stop them again.
Oh well, time to go home, right?
Now, the rod bearings are all brand new. The only ones that are not is the mains.
Last thing it is, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not even oily. It's like it's water.
I think it's water.
But it don't smell like water. It smells like pure gas.
Not good. Fire over.
But it doesn't always mean anything, though. I mean, it could actually still be it's out of time. I don't see anything coming up to. Oh, wait a minute.
And before,
There is some coming up top.
well up there.
There's a little bit's going in the drain hole.
Oh, good. Well, that's a good sign.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
the rocker arms are wet.
That's what you want, it. Why? You want a bump there, they will. Open up that compression.
Yeah.
I think we'll watch about 1-2 more minutes of this, and then I'm gonna do maybe another Uncle Brian video.
Yeah, it might not hurt to crank it, though. Just crank it and see if the oil comes up. You can't see through a valve cover, you know?
You know, on top. That's something else.
It doesn't necessarily could be sitting there for a while, you know?
Putting it over.
I mean, they're wet. That's oil. That's oil.
Guys, that's oil. It's fucking oil, guys.
They're all moving. They're all moving. Now, it needs a charge. No, not that I see. No. I mean, there's some in the galley here. There's some in the drainage thing, but there's nothing coming up. Pour what in there? No, you got a quart of oil inside? No, you got. I did put oil.
Alright, I can't. Yeah, Rich, you're dead. You're just as dead as the other ones. Hey, let's check in real quick with Barry. Barry did put a new video out yesterday. It was quite comical.
If you have this, consider adding this, an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan from United.
So,
Ah, look who's playing PlayStation. That's what he's doing live. Ah, man, that dude sucks. Alright, look at 15 hours ago, 34 fucking views.
Crowbar and a ratchet wrench. Yeah.
Jinxie, good morning,
Pair of
bud.
gloves. Pair of jersey gloves. Didn't take much. A little bit of prime with the. See, that's a different kind of four-way. That four-way, yeah.
Yeah.
We got an end like that on it. I pry with. So I was able to pry this one end out because you could see it's been wrecked or smashed or something. And I had to pry it out. And I got it. Look at that. Here's the other rod here. This is the prop rod. There it is. Still on the grill. One superior grill. Oh.
Hear me.
Now I'm down to removing the radiator and the condenser. And that grill that was huge. The bumper was easy, believe it or not, because it was just barely hanging on. Yeah, the doors are going to be a problem. Yeah, I'll get a bungee cord out.
Walter, what up?
And bungee them open like that while I'm working on it. So I can't have that doors hitting me every time I turn around. Yeah, that's the pain in the ass. There you go, guys. Let me jump on here and we're making progress. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
See you in the next one, guys. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go back on Uncle Brian. We'll do a couple on him and then we're gonna probably wrap it up.
Little follow-up. I got a phone call a little while ago. Say, B, I guess you don't know. I don't know what. This jobless balls are really in a vice now. Just because I didn't mention it in my Happy Wednesday video. I guess she was on again, laying in bed, and he's really crying the blues. Hey, listen, I know some people are going to get pissed at what I'm going to say. It won't be the first time people are pissed off at me, and it won't be the fucking last time, okay? And a lot of you people should be pissed off at yourself.
Oh!
You're no better than me.
Oh, yeah?
And what you did, what you contributed to his demise.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, you fucking mummified old fuck?
See, that is really... It's got 15 days to get out of his house. He
You
said
gotta drink a glass of milk there.
Foreclosed, and he's got his eviction, his final eviction with so much time to get out. Okay? And like I had said, you know, these situations I've been aware of through, you know, my ex-wife's nephew. It's a realtor that deals with foreclosure sales, and a lot of times, look what me and my brother had to do to get someone else to evict them. We had to give them $5,000, you know. They do that, you know, so it'll get him out and he goes to a court order, and it'll be nice to give you $5,000 when the day comes, if the property's all cleared out. If everything is still there, he doesn't get a fucking penny. You know, what has he done to prepare for it? What has he done to prepare for it? Now he's trying to sell everything. How? Where? Who's going to want to buy all that junk? You know, all you guys that have been encouraging him, you know, giving him advice on the Bel Air. You should have been giving him advice on how to fucking live. And to stop thinking about that fucking car and think about where the fuck he's going to live. What he's going to do with his life.
Who the fuck are you
But I think it's a little
talking
more
to?
important than that piece of junk car.
Fuck you. You fucking old piece of shit.
You know, better than me. You encouraged him and supported him in doing something that was not good. It's not going to turn out good for him. Oh, you're all going to walk away. It's not going to affect you. Like, this ain't going to affect me.
Yeah. Ain't gonna
Like I
affect
mentioned in
you.
the previous video, I hope you're fucking proud of yourself.
Jason, what's
I
up?
mentioned about a day of reckoning when you cannot put something off any longer. And it came. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's never a question of if, only a matter of when. And the when is now.
Wow.
Oh, swap the engine, do this, do that. Should have been saying, hey guy, whoa, fuck that car, man. You know, start doing something about your living situation. That's more important than that fucking car. What the fuck did you guys do? Not a fucking thing.
What do you think?
You kept supporting his fucking insanity.
Oh boy, this guy, he's a tough
You
guy now.
encouraged it. You stroked his ego. You know, you call yourself friends? You know, friends don't always just tell their friend what they want to hear. Sometimes that's the worst fucking thing they can do to a friend. You tell them what they need to hear, whether they like it or not. That's how I am with my friends.
Are you? Bet you don't have many of them.
You point things out to them that are very important that you see they're ignoring, they're overlooking, and something bad's going to happen to them. Then what? How many of you are rushing there to buy us Hot Wheels cars and boom boxes and bicycles and all the other shit? How many of you are stepping up to the plate now, huh? How many of you? Should I name you? You know who I'm talking about.
Whoa.
Huh? What are you doing? How many of you are offering him a place to live? offering him a place to go there and help him get all that shit out of there and give him a place to store it. Where the fuck are you guys? You'll be, hey, okay. Hey man, sorry bro, you know. So you're fucking good fuck. You own a lot of blame in this.
Yeah, he is,
A
Jake.
lot of blame. I don't have a guilty conscience. Do I feel sorry for him? Fuck no. I don't. Like I said, he is his own worst enemy. He brings all his problems upon himself. And you know, there are some things that are so obvious. The guy's a fucking hoarder. I guess you never watched that show, Hoarders. There had a few people in the city. You drive by their house, it looks like that. It looks like that. Grass looks like a fucking jungle. Shit all over the fucking yard. The house, the paint's peeling. It's dilapidated. Junk car in the driveway. When you see them in public, they're kind of sloppy and they like to do their flea market thing. There's one lady here, fucking yard sale every fucking weekend. People didn't even want to go. They're afraid to walk across the fucking lawn to look at their junk. They're afraid there might be shit crawling around in grass that's 3 feet fucking high. And the lady looks like, man, you wouldn't want her to touch them. She's so fucking grungy.
Yeah.
That's how these people live. Hoarders don't sell things. They accumulate things. Everything has a major value to them. They can't part with it. To everyone else, it's junk. They don't see it. You tell them that, they get offended. You need to watch that show, Hoarders, and you're going to see Jabba in many farms. That's what you're going to see, Jabba. Surprised you never went there and did a fucking episode there with him. And even, you know, these things don't happen overnight. It's a long progression of things. You see it coming, you know it's getting closer, closer. Now all of a sudden he decides he wants to sell everything. Who would think he wants to? What's he been doing? Has he been on eBay? And he's sort of internet sites.
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
What's he been doing? Nothing. He's just whining on YouTube once again. He devoted his life to YouTube. And in doing that, he destroyed his life.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've seen the internet fuck a lot of people up, man. I've seen marriages break up because of Facebook. You know, married couples, they're in chat rooms, you know, city groups.
Exactly,
all day,
Frank.
you know. I used to see that shit back in fucking AOL with chat rooms. Flirting starts, next thing you know, the guy's wife finds out, you know.
Brian would never go live. Ever. And I've challenged the E7 Gunny many times. He would never go live. Because then he would not be able to control the narrative. Big tough guy like that. He played in the sandbox. He can't come play on the Marco show. Come on.
Woman's husband finds out they're getting divorced, you know, kids.
Of course he's watching.
Because daddy and mommy got a little too friendly with other people on fucking internet. You know what I mean? I've seen people lose their fucking jobs. When we go out every Saturday night with the gang, whether it's Knuckleheads, Halos, Cisco's, you know how many people we see come in? Sit at a table, 3, 4 friends, all night they're on their fucking phone, laughing and giggling. They hardly talk to each other. They read on Facebook, then they're taking pictures and you see, you know, they're posting it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever the fuck it is.
Whatever the fuck it is.
They can't live away from the internet. You know, spending time on here doing what I do, what a lot of other people do, we do and we walk away. We get back into life. That's why we don't have all these problems. He sacrificed his life to get attention on YouTube. He sacrificed his life and his living conditions for the sake of a junk 4-door 57 Bel Air that really ain't worth very much. It's worth its weight in 5 cents a pound in steel at a fucking scrapyard. That's what it's worth. And everything else there. Think somebody's gonna want to go there and buy all those rusty bicycles that have been out in the rain for fucking years? Come on. You're not gonna tell me that those things ain't rusty. That would
Oh,
be a
he
fucking
knows
miracle.
everything. That's what I mean. He's
Oh,
a
he has only
fucking.
bites. I know when I was a kid, you know, even what we wax up fenders, I had a Schwinn Stingray, and, you know, even out in the rain one night, next day I already see all the rust in the spokes and the rims. Come on. Who the fuck wants to buy those bikes? Who wants to buy Hot Wheels cars? They can walk into a store right now buying for fucking 99 cents brand new. Every now and then I look at Marketplace and see Hot Wheels cars. Oh, and these things are all fucked up $50. See how long they've been listed on there. Some of them over a fucking year. Nobody wants that. Kids don't want to buy that shit. Kids don't play with that shit today. They're too wrapped up in video games.
Boy, you know everything.
Today to punish a fucking kid, you gotta make them go outside and play. Get them off their fucking bed. Get them off their laptop. Get them off their fucking phone. That's why they're fucking obese and shit. They don't eat. This encompasses so many areas.
Wait a minute. What's your Artie and Benji a little fat? They're little chubbalubs? Is that what's going on? Little Artie and little Benji got a little fupa flap going on? Little fupa flaps? That's a pretty bold statement to make. All the kids are fat and chubby. I wonder what your grandkids look like. I'd really love to see a
Areas of
picture
life
of
what
them.
the internet has done with people. It's ruined all their lives. This guy here, is a hoarder. You know? Another old saying I like to go back to. The problem with common sense is that it's not very common. Oh, he's in deep shit. I don't feel sorry for him. You know? And those of you that want to be mad at me, go right ahead. You should be mad at yourself as much as you're mad at me. Because you contributed to where he is right now. You saw what was going on. Oh, you didn't give a fuck? You didn't give a fuck either. Instead of telling him what he needed to hear, maybe if more people had pounced on his fat ass and said, dude, shut the fuck up about that car. It's junk. You got a serious...
Guys, I just refreshed my page. We're at 397 and you guys have dropped 33 likes on this video. What the fuck? You guys rock.
problem. You're losing your fucking house. Do something. You gotta get that shit out of there. You gotta think about where you're
Come
gonna
on,
live.
we're
where you're
3
gonna put
away
that,
from
what you're gonna do.
400,
You need to
baby.
think about your fucking life instead of being obsessed with that fucking car. That's what you motherfuckers should have been doing. But instead you're offering them help. Oh, if I had another engine, I'd give it to you. Oh, if I did this, or if I lived closer. Oh, gee, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. Maybe you motherfuckers should have had more fucking brains than him.
Wow.
Instead of enabling him,
He's not very nice.
helping him to be in the situation he's in right now. You know, even as of late, what person in their right mind knows they can know where to live it? And they're talking about going on a road trip to buy a fucking 305. What person in their right mind does that? Says that? And once
That's
again,
exactly,
instead of saying,
Frank.
dude, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck that 305, fuck that car. Where you gonna live? What are you gonna do? Nah, you wanted to be his friend. Well, you know what? With friends like you, who needs enemas?
Enemas? He just said, who needs enemas?
Based on what someone said to me, and it really made me think about a lot of things.
Oh, boy.
Someone said, oh, you're an old man. And I can tell you that I'm in better physical shape and well equipped to take care of myself, a lot better than most guys have.
Exactly. Live and let live.
But it made me think about how old I am. And the older I get, the more memories I collect. And yeah, what's changed? I'm old enough to remember a lot of change.
How are you?
The car community.
Oh, here we go with the
I'm
cars.
old enough to remember when we let our cars do the talking. You know, you put up or you shut up. That's how it was in the street racing scene at Industrial Park in the Bedford and over at Old Airport Road in Fall River when, when I was a kid. 7, 8 years old, my uncle and Bobby Tasker's old man taking me street racing, taking me to New England Dragway. It was about the cars. And guys had their cars do the talking for them. It's not so much that way today. This YouTube thing, I think, has created a forum of celebrity. People want to be celebrities, they want to be stars, they want to be famous, and of course they want to make fucking money. That's the #1 goal of people here on YouTube, make that fucking money. In the car community, there are very few people that are really doing anything with their cars are talking. In most cases, these guys are doing a lot of talking. Most of their cars don't even run. Most of those cars aren't even built. Most of these cars haven't even been started to be built. It's the guys talking about what they're going to do with a car that never happens. Yeah, it's changed. So many areas of life. I remember being a little kid, I tell my daughters things at times. They grew up in the CD age, when computers were starting to come around. I got them desktops, then laptops. I don't think they remember the AOL thing, but MySpace in their time then evolved into Facebook and Yahoo. I don't think they ever had Yahoo.
Oh, this is boring.
With all their friends talking and shit. They had their fun. But I'm old enough to remember the AOL days. When the internet, first came on the scene. I remember hearing this bring people together.
Are you a stupid motherfucker or what?
I was talking with Will and Dave recently.
I was talking with Will and Dave.
I see it all the time. Guys get their beer muscles. These guys are fucking 5 foot nothing, weigh 100 and nothing, a few too many beers and shots of Jack Daniels, and they think they're King Kong on
Who the fuck? What do you think you are?
Because they fuck with the wrong people.
Look at those fucking chin
People
straps.
say things that they'll never want to say to your face.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
Some
yeah.
of us will.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do.
That's why you get your ass kicked.
If you see what these people are about, they're obese, out of shape. Some of them. Age doesn't always matter. It's how you take care of yourself.
Just so you know, Brian,
It's not reality.
us boys from Boston laugh at you fucking clam folk. We call you guys the clam diggers on the shore. You act like you're some fucking rough badass, dude. Please. Please.
I'm old enough to remember, when I was real young, waking up on a Saturday morning before my parents, run out to the TV. My parents, grab a bowl of cereal from the kitchen, sit on the floor in front of me, In the beginning, it was like a 13-inch. It was like a 24-inch. It was one of those consoles that, made it very difficult for people to steal, back in the, mid to late 60s. I was born in 62.
Oh, he was born in
Talking about this with
62.
somebody the other day.
Oh, okay, so we got the year now, 62, 62. Dad was born at 52, so that what makes you 62? 62 for 62? No, is that right? What am I saying? If he was born in 62, then what, he's 63?
Teenage portable black and whites, you know. And I had one of those in my bedroom. My brother came over. Rabbity-esque. Aluminum foil on it. Back then we had like 4 channels, and then he had UHF. We had 2 UHF channels, channel 56 out of Boston, and WSBK channel 38. Now it's a cable TV channel. Back then it was UHF, and that's where they carried all the sports. Bruins games and Celtics games and Red Sox games. The only place you could see it here in New England. People had my father had a rotor antenna on the fucking roof, you know, with that dial. And I remember him, Brian, how does it look now? And I'd be yelling out the window, yeah, okay, it looks good, Dad. And wherever that rotor dial was on the thing, put a piece of tape and mark it, channel 38, channel 6, channel 12. So whenever we wanted to watch a certain channel, you had to set that rotor dial on that module, you know, on your TV to turn the antenna on the roof so you could watch a clear picture without a shitload of fucking fuzz and snow. But those are my 2 favorites. And, you know, those rabbit ears didn't cut it, man. Wrapping aluminum foil around them, looking like we were trying to talk to some fucking aliens out in the spaceship, you know, orbiting the fucking planet. I used to like watching hockey, Bruins games, Celtics games. Channel 56 is where they showed Saturday was creature feature. And double creature feature all afternoon, all the King Kong and Godzilla movies and all that shit. It was more of a movie channel, you know. I remember Saturday morning getting up in that bowl of cereal, watching cartoons all morning, you know.
No different from what you do now.
Right, okay, that's it. Shut that TV off. Go clean your room, vacuum your room, polish your furniture, make your bed, put clean sheets on it, clean pillowcases.
Yeah, okay.
Shit, you know.
Okay.
Get together with friends in the afternoon at one of our houses, you know, watch creature feature, double creature feature. I remember seeing a rotary phone on a wall in the kitchen with a long cord. I remember being told, you don't answer that phone. Only your parents answer the phone. Children were not allowed to go answer a phone. You know, if we wanted to call one of our friends, we had to ask our parents, can I use the phone to call my friend? Why? See what he's doing today. Why?
Okay, guys, I think this was a good video because now we're touching on his childhood. I'm assuming that Brian wasn't allowed to use the phone. Yeah, story
I remember when
time.
young people, 18, 17, 18, 19-year-olds, dating, the girl got pregnant, parents made them get married and raise that child with a mother and a father in the house.
Oh, yeah? What's your excuse?
So much has changed. I remember when a teenage girl got pregnant, underage girl.
Wait a minute.
Parents were ashamed of it. They didn't want people to know. You know? They want legal age of 18 to get married.
Oh, yeah, when your daughter was knocked up at
I saw
13.
in my own neighborhood. My friends had an older sister that was 16. When I was like 11, 12, 13, I had an older sister that was 16. She had a boyfriend. Then one day the sister's gone. Who's your sister? Oh, she went to go live with my aunt. And next door in Rhode Island, or up in New Hampshire, in Connecticut. You know, never to be seen or heard from again because the girl was pregnant. They didn't want people to know. There was an embarrassment. They would send their daughter away to live with relatives far away. That, you know, it was like a shame on the family to teenage daughter getting knocked up. Today they're throwing in fucking baby showers with disc jockeys and catered food. You know. At one time the church wouldn't baptize a baby that was born out of wedlock. Today they do it routinely. You know, my ex-wife's side of the family, man, I had 2 nieces, you know. Yeah, one was 17, one was 18. Oh yeah, they had their babies baptized in church.
I don't know why he's constantly talking about kids.
Both of their baby daddies were in jail. They were fucking total losers. Yeah, I tell, you know, it's the truth. This happens often. Today, baby daddy. I don't hear mother and father much anymore.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
hear the parents anymore.
Oh,
I hear a lot of
So
baby.
that means that this must have been when his daughter got knocked. Yeah, this is because his daughter got knocked up, and the fucking father wanted nothing to do with her.
Mama, baby daddy. Children are raised in very unstable households. In some ways, I'm not making excuses, but I can understand why our youth of today is so undisciplined and don't have any real sense of anything. They're raised with a mother
Wait
that's
a
got a
minute.
new.
You were raised during the golden era, and look what you turned out to be, an
Boyfriend of the
lying,
month,
stolen, valid
They see all these
motherfucker.
guys come and go. They know these guys are sleeping with their mother. Then they have a big fight, a blow up. Very often, police are involved, restraining orders. A lot of these kids don't even know who their fathers are. And a lot of these fathers are like Johnny Appleseed sperm donors. They go from baby mama to baby mama to baby mama. A lot of them don't pay child support. They're not even involved in a child's life. And I look at how a lot of these children are being raised today. And I'm not really surprised the way they are. That's all they know. That's what they raised with. It's been shown in studies. A lot of these parents from kids, from these type of people bringing them into the world, they kind of carry on that lifestyle. They too are getting knocked up at 15 and 16 and 17. They too have a baby daddy, not a husband. No father figure in the picture. Not getting child support. They're on welfare, Section 8, food stamps, you name it. And you know, I look at the kids. Kids aren't responsible for their parents. I bring them into this world. And I could understand how some people see that there's a lot of, handouts to people that don't deserve it. And I completely understand, but I can't take food out of a baby's mouth. I can't take clothes off their back. I can't deny them of medicine. I can't deny them of a bed to sleep in with a roof over their head. So in order to punish the parents, you punish the kids. I think that's where the conflict and the problem comes in. I agree, I try not to get into politics. And I'm not either. I'm in the middle, and I like it that way. But I can understand how a lot of conservatives can, be against, all these public services, the abuse that goes on, and I completely agree. But there's abuse on the other side too.
Wait a minute. Public services, bro. You're on Mass Health, collecting food stamps with an Obama phone. But yet you were offered $50,000 for your fucking Facebook page. Come on.
You have the wealth abuse. The mega wealthy that don't pay any fucking taxes. They get away with shit. The corporations that decide they want to make more money, they raise your gas prices, they raise your food prices, no matter who's in the White House. What political party? In some ways, I think big business runs this country more than any president ever will. Any more than any Congress or Senate will. Goes beyond politics, goes to greed, corporate greed.
It looks like a fucking retard with that fucking beard.
Some people won't believe that, but it's not true. COVID really fucked things up. A lot of things shut down.
I'll tell you, I'd love to see another old guy grab him by those chin straps and fucking pull his face right into their knee.
Cars much, hey, got, ExxonMobil and Shell.
That would be some funny shit.
Make a whole lot of money. They lost, They don't lose money. They just didn't make as much as they wanted. What you don't understand about business, when they say, we lost $80 million this year. They really didn't lose. We hear that. It's like me or you. You got $10 in your wallet. You leave the house. You lose your wallet. You lost $10. You're out $10, right?
Oh boy, right? Here we go.
That's not how it works with them. They have their annual meetings with their projected profit margins, scale for the next business year. They set a target goal. Okay, we made $8 billion this year. Our projected target goal for the next fiscal year is going to be $10 billion. We're expecting a $2 billion increase in profits. Great. Now that year comes.
Good point, Bruce.
You know what happens? They only make $9 billion. They still made $1 billion more than their previous year. But they didn't hit their $10 billion target goal. You know what they'll say? You know what the public's going to hear? You're not going to hear, We made an additional $1 billion this year in our profits. We now made $9 billion instead of $8 billion opposed to last year. You know what they'll tell you? We lost $1 billion. Public thinks they lost money. No, they made money. But that's okay. And then they pay little to no taxes on it. But that's okay. I don't know where it is where you live, but here the minimum wage is $15 an hour. I think a couple states are even higher. And around here, I hear it. Oh, someone in McDonald's flipping burgers, making $15 an hour. And I'm working painting for a house painting company and I'm only making $16 an hour. That person has no right making almost as much money as me. We have a system to where we have people being pit against each other. These people attack someone that's working. Think it's easy flipping burgers all day? Go fucking do it. You know, dealing with the public. I know I could never deal with the public. I'd get fired, most likely I'd get arrested my first day in the fucking job. So I don't put up with a lot of shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not everybody's
Oh
cut
yeah.
out to work with the public in certain types of job industry.
And you hear that, he'd get
You
arrested.
know, you go do that. This person's working. They want to pay their rent. They want to feed their kids. They want to be able to have a car. They want to be able to have a cell phone. They want to be able to have clothes. They want to be able to eat. What are they doing that's so wrong? Why are you attacking them?
What the fuck
Maybe
are
you should be
you
going after
talking
your
about?
employer. Saying, hey, how come you're not paying me the money I deserve? How come I'm only getting paid a little bit more? They don't go after the people that are keeping them down. They'd rather attack people that are struggling to fucking live just like they are. But that's how the system has been set up. Let's just pit people against each other. And they're blind to the real problem. You know? I'm old enough to remember when women didn't want to have an ass the size of fucking Texas. Today, man, these big fucking obese women, and I get mad at me all you want. I don't remember seeing as many obese people as I see today. In school, you got a few chubby kids here and there. Not like I see today.
Brian, you look like you have
Then again,
AIDS.
what's changed? I remember when
And you probably
very
have
happy.
like 3 or 4 shirts on in the making of this video to try to jack your shoulders up a little bit. You're a tiny little fucking tweed, dude. That's what you are with those pussy straps on your face.
I'm riding bikes and playing basketball, Little League baseball, pond hockey, Pop Warner football. We did things. We were always active. In school, we took gym today. Kid can't take gym, he might get hurt. Here's a note from my parents. Okay, you sit there. The rest of us are going to play ball, volleyball, and basketball. I used to love dodgeball. So you should take fucking soccer balls and deflate them. We had a gym teacher, Mitch Kaliga. He was fucking cool, man. He'd lay out all the balls in the middle in the basketball court in school. We line up against the walls. Water whistle, we'd all run in the segment. We did shit. Kids today, what did they do? Sitting on their fucking beds, on a laptop, playing video games, on their phone eating junk food. Are they riding bikes, rollerblading? All the parks down here, Hazelwood, all that. We used to have 12 Little League teams down here. I played for Minutes Pizza when I was a kid. They can barely keep 3 teams together.
You leave Rocky Dennis out of this, Diz.
I think I joked about it one time. I said, in order to punish a kid today, you gotta make him go outside and fucking play. Keep him in their room.
Yeah, because the creepos
I
like
didn't have a
you out
laptop. I
there.
didn't have a TV. I didn't have a radio. I didn't have a stereo. I didn't have records. I didn't have CDs. I didn't have a computer. I had 4 fucking walls, man, you know, and it sucked being punished in your room. Today, you gotta make them go outside and play. You gotta take all their toys away from them. Make them get active. I think lack of activity is causing a lot of this obesity. Man, am I way off target today or what, huh? But it got me thinking about, you know, the older I get, the more memories I have and I see, the more things that have changed through the years. Like I said, you know, women, back then, women didn't want to today, you know, a big ass is a sexy thing. I don't know about you, but on a personal sex note, when a woman sits on my face, I want to still be able to hear the fucking TV, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be smothered. And I remember a time when guys did.
When a woman sits on his face, you mean when a dude sits on your face?
Didn't want to have a pair of tits.
Well,
Guys wanted a pair of tits. Just not on them. You know what I mean? They wanted a pair of tits on a woman. You know? They didn't want a pair of tits on themselves. The only time Guys dressed up like girls. They were young on Halloween, you know, sexy nurse and shit like that.
What?
You know what I mean?
What? Whoa! Whoa!
Fucking TV, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be smothered. And I remember a time when guys didn't want to have a pair of tits. Well, guys wanted a pair of tits, just not on them. You know what I mean? They wanted a pair of tits on a woman. You know? They didn't want a pair of tits on themselves. One time, guys dressed up like girls. They were young on Halloween, you know, sexy nurse and shit.
Guys, did any of you dress up as a sexy nurse as a child?
Shit like that. You know what I mean?
No, we don't. I gotta back that up again.
Well, guys wanted a pair of tits, just not on them. You know what I mean? They wanted a pair of tits on a woman. You know? They didn't want a pair of tits on themselves. One time, guys dressed up like girls.
I can't.
They were young on Halloween, you know, sexy nurse and shit like that.
Guys dressed up as sexy fucking nurses, dude. What? What? All right, I think we're gonna do one more, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Well, it's that time of year again. The No-Show Nationals will be happening. Is it next month? Is it September, early October, somewhere around there? You know, I've had people ask me, hey, how come you call it the No-Show Nationals? Well, I'll give you a little history lesson, okay? I know some of you know. It revolved around one person, Uncle Sanford, with his 10-second baby bottle rocket. And this event was made to make him the main star attraction, you know. She had yacked about that car for so long. Oh, by the way, I heard it's retired, that thing, you know, never ran that time. And I heard all he does is yak and yak and yak. What happened to all his projects, you know? You know. He's gone to Scotty Kilmer route, just run his fucking mouth and throw scare tactics into people. Don't buy this, it's cheap from China, you know, this will ruin your engine, you know, and new cars suck, and, you know, it's just anything. Scare tactics, a lot of clickbait. But anyway, this whole thing was designed around him. They thought it would be a big draw. He was going to have this big $5,000 showdown race with Sandy, with this Casper the Not So Friendly ghost truck. And I said early on, I said, he ain't going to show. He ain't going to show. No, I don't have the ESP, but some people are just so fucking predictable. It's like, how can you not see what they're going to do? They're repetitive in their behavior. You know, they're going to do this, they're going to do this, they're going to do this, they don't fucking do it. So, and at that time, Big Wilbur, you know, personally, I don't have anything against him. I mean, he just don't like me because I call it the No-Show Nationals, and I've criticized it. And I'll get into what my criticism has been about. And that has not changed, you know. He was going to organize it and, you know, promote it, and going to be a race promoter. And he was Sanford's buddy. You know, they ain't friends no more. You know, Sanford don't have too many friends left these days. What I hear, you know, remember that Gilbert O'Sullivan song? I hated that song when I was real young in the 70s. Alone again, naturally. Sanford's all alone in this new super downsized world global headquarters. Got no more friends, you know. Nothing's going on there. You can't sucker any more people to go there and either work on their car or do work on one of his to get fucking content. He ain't about to fucking do it. He's a lazy motherfucker. So, anyway, they were buddies, and then they got involved with a Dallas guy. I think I saw him one time on, I caught part of Sanford's Tech Talk he used to do. I heard he still does that with Dr. Doolittle. But, Captain Kangaroo finally smartened up. He doesn't bother with Sanford anymore. Sanford fucked him over good too. You know. That's what he does to all his friends. You know. So, got involved with this Dallas guy. This Dallas guy was the latest owner of the AHRA. Now, the NHRA is the granddaddy of drag racing. Always has been, always will be. The IHRA came along, and the IHRA did pretty good for a while. You know, they still couldn't top the NHRA, but they could hold their own. They were very reputable, very credible. And they had a lot of good races. In fact, a lot of
Anytime, boys, anytime.
NHRA races came from the IHRA. A lot of privateers at the time. No big corporate sponsorship. They were racing on their own pocket, and they became successful. And down the road, they got the sponsorship. One guy elected it. IHRA was Eddie Hill, the flying Texan with his yellow dragsters, the flying bananas. And he started out in nitro drag boat racing, and then got wheels under him. And he came from the IHRA. Another guy, Roy Hill. IHRA, as a matter of fact, when the Pro Stock class came along, it was a brand new class in 1970, and from what I understand, Bill Jenkins was very instrumental in getting that classification started. He had a cubic inch limit. And the IHRA carried the same cubic inch limit. And then the IHRA broke all the rules. They allowed guys to run mountain motors, they called them at the time, 500 cubic inch engines, and that's when Roy Hill and all of these guys came along, you know. And Pro Stockers in IHRA were quicker than in the NHRA, you know. And the IHRA kind of floundered a little bit, but it was able to maintain itself. The AHRA was always the little redheaded stepchild, you know what I mean? It was around, but it wasn't very important. Nothing really good came from the AHRA. My understanding, it went
Fucking
bankrupt
Barry
twice,
Beam or something.
shut down, sold
I have
in
the
the late
best
70s,
son.
and again, somebody bought it in the 80s, it shut down again, and this guy came along, tried to revive it, you know what I mean? Third time is not a charm, as they say. You know, it failed again. But now they had AHRA behind this, No Show Nationals, you know what I mean? And now these guys were all buddies. And now they wanted to draw some attention. And they made Sanford the star attraction. So they've been waiting so long to see this thing run a 10, you know what I mean? You're still fucking waiting, aren't you? You're gonna keep on waiting, it'll never happen. And then as it kept getting closer and closer and closer, the excuses started happening. First it was Sandy. Well, you know, truck wasn't ready. Spent $4,500 for headers, and now this, that, the other thing. You don't know if he's going to get him in time to get him on the truck to race it, and this and that. And I already saw things were falling apart, you know. And in Sanford, at this time, people were having call-outs. You know, they're having call-out challenges on here.
Hey, Barry.
I'll race you, and plans were being made, you know, for people that were going to show up and they were going to race each other, grudge races for money. Sanford had quite a few people that called him out. So even though Sandy wasn't going to show up to race, Sanford still could have showed up to race. He still could have run that 10 and taken a lot of people for money. But he said he wasn't going to go. And then as it came out, there was more behind the scenes. Sanford said he wanted a piece of the gate. He felt he was the big star main attraction, you know. So he deserved to make money, to get paid, to show up. But everything fell through. Everything fell through. That's why I call it the No Show Nationals. I don't know too much about last year. You know, a lot of videos were going up on here from people, you know. Even the Power Tour, you know. And I think Sanford's only contribution was he had a video where he was on a road, I guess near his house somewhere, you know.
What the fuck?
Talking about how his charger broke down. You know, like he really was involved in the Power Tour. Okay.
Like something died up there.
I said, you watch. Something will happen, you know.
You guys are ruthless.
You know. From what I saw the first year, there were some decent cars. There's one car that still stands out of my mind. See if I can recall it. It was a yellow 68 or 69 Roadrunner. Real nice car. Not many channels really stick out, but that car really stuck out, and I still remember it now. I think the channel was the Poor Boys Garage, something like that. I really liked that Road Runner. I thought that was the coolest car there. And there were some other ones. And then I saw the minivans. They still had their kids' fucking car seats in the fucking back seat. All the four-door shit boxes with slant sixes. Even had Miss Titty Nipples, that guy with a pair of fucking titties doing burnouts on a Coleman mini bike. The rest of it was a total fucking shit show. Total fucking shit show.
Listen to this fucking guy.
All the wannabe drag races with cars there. You know.
They got cars, motherfucker. What do you got?
I think there should have been more hot rods.
Yeah.
At least they had some.
I think your father should have jerked off that night.
Last year, I heard some shit went on again. Now it's coming up again. And now going back to year one. I never understood this thing with, well, you know, like I say, this year has become money tube. You know, make money, get attention, try to be famous. You know, like I said, if it wasn't for that, if there was no way to make a dime money, how many fucking people you think would be on here with a channel? I think you know that as well as I do. Some people just don't like to fucking admit it.
Boy.
You're one of them. And now you got a guilty fucking conscience. You feel like I'm stepping on your toes. Hey, get a bigger pair of shoes. What can I tell you? You know. Gotta get monetized. There's the main goal. I still see shit. I looked the other day on the feed. Some guy saying that I'm only 3,000 subs away from 100,000 subs. Come on, get me those 3,000 subs today. Thank you, thank you. Fucking beggars in more ways than one. You know? And,
Is this guy okay?
that have 500 subs. And I questioned it anyway. I didn't, I don't know much about monetization. I'm no professional YouTuber. I just do what I do because I feel like doing it. You like it, fine. If not, you can go fuck yourself, okay? I have no agenda on here to try to be famous and to make money. I just do what I do, you know? And I know there are many others that do the same way. That's what I like about these guys. And, they don't have big egos.
397.
You know. And, I said, we need 500 in order to start getting monetized. And I said, oh, that's why. Oh, that's why they got a rule. You gotta have 500 subs. And there were people, and I saw it happening then. They will make an announcement. Say, this guy's channel, he wants to go and race. But he only has 350 subs. Come on, go sub his channel to get those 500. And guys like packs of fucking wolves run into this channel, that channel, this channel, that channel to get on those 500 subs.
Because they're helping each other out. What the fuck?
I think
What's
the
your
main part of it
point?
was help get this fucking guy monetized. So
Yes, you're just pissed because you're not monetized. Come on.
To me, there's an ulterior motive behind it. Because it makes no sense to have a requirement. You gotta have 500 subs. Why? Why can't some guy that comes on here doesn't have a channel? He's got a decent car. He's proud of it. It looks cool. It runs very respectable. It's decent. And he wouldn't mind going for a weekend and have some fun to race. I hear the guys had a lot of fun. They're just the same. You know. He wants to go and have some fun, but he can't enter because he doesn't have 500 subs. Why? Why? Is that what's happening again this year? I don't know. I don't keep up with that.
Yeah, I do believe that's their rule. You gotta have 500 subs. It's a YouTuber.
Doesn't make any sense to me. But I know there's a reason for it. I think you do as well. So I guess that's about it. It'll change your page today because I was talking with somebody. They said, hey, the No Show Nationals is coming up. So anyway, those of you that have been curious as to why I call it the No Show Nationals, that is why. Because there's someone that pulled a no show. Because he wasn't going to get paid and be treated like the superstar he thinks he is. Have a great day, everyone. Have fun. Stay safe.
Well, there it is, folks. Let's fill the kitty. Pops needs some new shoes. Room temperature IQ. Brian's freaky on the floor, please. Was That's a good one, Jinx. Well, listen, guys. It's that time where we must depart. I hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you all for stopping by. We'll catch you on the flip.